Yo, my name is Amir Zendenom, and today we are going to be chatting about cryptocurrency, some news, current events. There's been a lot going on in the cryptocurrency space, and if you are looking to start your cryptocurrency journey, or if you're already in cryptocurrency like I am, you're gonna love this video. First things first, if you haven't done so yet, please like this video, leave me a comment, ask your questions, let me know what you want to see next. Throw me a follow, subscribe, and also big shout out to our sponsors, which is Specker, aka my company. Got some of the awesome CBD drops right over here. You can get it at specker.store. Use discount code Amir. And today, instead of actually eating them, I'm gonna put some in my black coffee today. So these are the unflavored drops, so they don't really taste like anything when you put them in your coffee. And I'm just gonna be having some CBD and coffee with y'all right now. So you can get that at specker.store. Use discount code Amir. So let's get this started right now. There have been some big developments happening in the cryptocurrency space. If you've been watching my previous cryptocurrency videos, you'll know that some of my predictions have already started coming true. So we're going to talk a little bit about a few of those awesome things that are happening right now, because I have made some good money over the last few weeks, and I want you to make some good money too. So if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments right now. Let's chat. I love hearing your questions and I love answering them. It really helps make the content flow a lot nicer. So right now we can see on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is 1, Ethereum is 2nd, we got Tether at 3rd, XRP is 4th, Bitcoin Cash 5th. Everything today is in the green that's in the top 10, which is really nice to see. But we got some good news right now too that's going to perhaps make you put some money into cryptocurrency. Now, as a reminder, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am giving you my experiences and I'm just sharing that with you. You can make whatever decisions you want for yourself, but I'm telling you the decisions that I make myself and just sharing some of the news that I read to make those decisions. So first thing is, if you remember from my last few videos that I made on cryptocurrency, I've gone through a few cryptocurrencies that I am very involved in and have been involved in for quite some time. So the first one is obviously the mothership of cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin. And where Bitcoin goes, the market goes. Now, Bitcoin is up 1.86% today. It's at $9,365 currently. So, I mean, if you remember the all-time high of Bitcoin that was around $20,000, you'll know that this is still a flash sale going on right now. I wanted to get on and make more of these crypto videos because I've been getting a lot of messages about very happy people who have been watching my videos and have been doing similar things that I do with my investments. And like I mentioned, if you invested in something like Chainlink from my last crypto video to now, you would have made double your money. So Chainlink, which is one of my favorite cryptocurrency right now, which is an Ethereum token, is at, let's see, $7.23 today. It went over $8 from last week. And let's just look at the some information on this here. The all-time high is $8.80, and I believe that only happened like a week ago. So when I made my last crypto video, I think that was about 3 weeks ago. And let's just look real quick and see where we're at here on the 1 month chart. On the 1 month chart, we have $4.28. And then we went to the all-time high which was about July 15th, I believe. So like about a week ago. And then it hit $8.80. Now, that is a very big deal because it shows you, while a lot of people are talking shit about the volatility of cryptocurrency, it just shows you how fast you can make your returns. So you might think that this is volatile. I think this is phenomenal. So I was really happy about my Chainlink investment, and I'm still going in Chainlink right now, just because it hit an all-time high. I mean, I'm not buying at the high, but it's dropping now, and say in the last 24 hours, we have a drop of 2.21%. So Chainlink is in the red, but compared to 2 weeks ago, it's still, even our 1 month high right now is plus 73%. So the 1 week is minus 18%, but it just goes to show you how much you could be making with this kind of short-term investment. So let's just go through some of this news that we have here. I'm just going to share some of this with y'all today. And all right. So one thing that happened like almost a month ago, but I forgot to share it, was about how the Australia Post now lets customers pay for Bitcoin at over 3,500 different outlets. Now that's Australia, y'all. They're not typically the most friendly to any freedom-oriented idea, but here it says in the article from Coindesk.com, in a collaborative effort between Australia Post and Bitcoin.com.au, customers will now be able to use the Post bill pay feature to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies at over 3,500 post office shops across the country. Now, one of the things that I am trying to impart on everybody right now is that it is not too late to get into cryptocurrency. This is actually a really, really good time to get into cryptocurrency. Just like I mentioned earlier, if we look at the Bitcoin price today on CoinMarketCap, it's $9,352. And let's see, we have a market cap of, oh my, that's a lot of money. 172 billion, which is about 18 million Bitcoin. And if you remember that all-time high before, you'll know that this is not an expensive price. It's not expensive for me. I'm buying Bitcoin all the time. I am heavily going into altcoins. So the next big article that I liked, and mind you, a lot of these that I'm reading, I am invested in them, like Stellar. Stellar Foundation joins forces with Samsung to integrate its blockchain ecosystem. That's a big partnership. When you're a cryptocurrency, I'm looking for the different types of partnerships that business model is forming. And when I see a lot of big companies working with these cryptocurrencies that are kind of smaller at that time, I mean, let's look at Stellar right now, and we can see it is still very, very cheap. And Stellar is at 9 cents right now, XLM, Stellar Lumens. You can get it on Coinbase. Now, as you can see, I have Coinbase up right now. Coinbase, at the end of the day, while Coinbase has a lot of problems, Coinbase is still arguably the best place for a beginner to get their very early start. I got my start with cryptocurrency in Coinbase because I remember before that, every time I would try to figure out, how to get on Mount Gox or something like that, it was just so complicated and sketchy that I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not. And then when Coinbase had the ease of access to integrate the bank account into cryptocurrency buys, then I was in immediately. And that was in 2014. So Stellar is 9 cents right now. And their all-time high is 94 cents. So it goes to show you, we're seeing big discounts right now. These are flash sales in my eyes. So the next thing I wanted to discuss was, if you're in the crypto space, you've probably heard over the last week or so the Chainlink fraud from Zeus Capital thing that came out. This company named Zeus Capital wrote a 59-page report, about the problem of Chainlink, and it seemed pretty legit, but people started looking into who Zeus Capital actually is, and then the real Zeus Capital came out, and they were like, actually, we're not linked to these guys at all. We don't know who the fuck they are at all. So that's not us. We didn't make that report. And there were some good arguments in there, but they're arguments that you kind of put on all cryptocurrencies. They're trying to talk shit in a way where saying things like the founders are using their crypto to cash out and pay for things. That's what every company does. I mean, you're the founder of the company, you have your Chainlink, it skyrockets up, probably going to cash some of that out to pay your rent, some food, So it's a business. So we have to remember, cryptocurrency is a business. So let's see here. Whoopsie. All right, so the next thing we have here, and if you can read this too, like type in Zeus Capital Chainlink, you could read the actual article. So the next thing that I really liked, which is news that just came out today, Ethereum flippins Bitcoin to become the most used blockchain. Increasing stablecoin use and the rise of DeFi has made Ethereum the most used blockchain. So while I love Bitcoin and I have a huge chunk of my investments in Bitcoin, I'm still really heavy in Ethereum as well. So for the last month, Bitcoin price has traded in a tight range and trading volume has been relatively flat. And if you've been in the Bitcoin space, it's kind of weird because it hasn't been volatile, and that's kind of weird in cryptocurrency. So it's been just around that, 9,000 range, hasn't really broke over 10,000 too often over the last few months, hasn't gone under 9,000. So it's just been right there. It's weird. It's, for me, I'm like, well, come on, drop a little, give me a better flash sale, but I'm still buying. So I don't care if it's the price that it is right now, I'm still buying. If it drops more, great. If it raises up more, I made some good money. So this data came out from Masari. It shows that Ethereum has just surpassed Bitcoin as the network that settles the most value per day. This means that the dollar value on the transaction of both Ether and its tokens is now higher than that of Bitcoin. So if you're one of those Bitcoin maximalists that think only Bitcoin is going to take over the world, then that's just wrong, because Bitcoin doesn't have the capacity to be the single cryptocurrency of the world. You can't do certain things, smart contracts, like voting, things like that. I mean, you could integrate that into the blockchain somehow, but it's just not really designed for that. So the network would be very overloaded. If you haven't done so yet, please like this video, leave me a comment, follow me, subscribe. Organic reach is the way I prefer to grow and the way I have been growing. And that's why it's kind of slow, but you can help your boy out and help us grow faster so we can get this information out to more people so more of us can be making money. Because right now, the problem that we're dealing with is a huge shift in the monetary system. I predict that we're going to be seeing a shift away from the current monetary standard that we've been using for the last 40, 50 years or so. It's going to move into a more decentralized model or a more digitalized model as well, because governments right now are trying to figure out how to implement digital assets into their digital money, into their, like, say America is trying to figure out how to do a digital dollar right now. And the difference between the cryptocurrencies that I like and, a digital government based currency is that the government currency is, one, completely tracked, there's no privacy, and it's centralized. So, you can hack it. Like Bitcoin, as many people who have tried to hack the Bitcoin blockchain, never successfully been done. So, banks get hacked, but Bitcoin has never successfully been hacked. People have tried. They didn't really do pretty well. So, this next thing here, this is some recent news that just came out. This is really big because as somebody who deals with advertisements for Specker, it's really annoying to constantly be getting blocked because Specker, one of our ingredients, just so happens to be hemp CBD. And we just spent a week in Kentucky this entire last week visiting the hemp farm and extraction facility that Specker CBD comes from. And it was one of the most enlightening experiences ever. We're going to make a lot of content about that. So check back. And I mean, you hit the bell icon, turn on notifications so you can see all of my videos. And I would actually really appreciate that because it'll help this channel and my following grow, which again, will make people more money. Because I don't want to keep all this information to myself and then be your rich crypto friend in a few years. I want you to be the rich crypto friend too. I want all of us to get in on this the same way that people got in on the internet 30, 40 years ago. And if you're not seeing the shift that's happening right now and not using your money to vote, because the ultimate voting is done with your money. Because you get to choose 100% of that. You're choosing. So put your money where your mouth is. And if you want to be comfortable over the next few years, then you kind of have to get in on this. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm just saying. For me, I think this is one of the smartest investments that especially us millennials and Gen Z can be making right now, because this is our future. There's a new story that came out a few days ago, last week. The title is "As Money Printer Goes Brrr, Wall Street Loses Its Fear of Bitcoin." Now, again, I make content on cryptocurrency so that you can understand what's going on behind the scenes. I see it. I've been behind the scenes for many years myself, so I know what's going on right now. The institutional investors, the Wall Street whales, they know what's going on too. For many years, they were against it. But now, things are changing. And I'm just going to read a little bit of this article because it made me really happy. This is a quote, and it says, "Ever since coronavirus hit, a lot of friends did get into Bitcoin." This is the founder of Titan Securities, and Vantage Investments, and the social media and crypto commerce platform Coinlink. She said, "Many scooped up their first Bitcoin following the Black Thursday crash. They literally left finance, traditional markets selling equity, and they bought Bitcoin. Many of them did, and it's doubled, and we've seen Wall Street double. The difference between the two, and this is what my traditional finance friends have been telling me, is that Wall Street went up based on fake money from the Fed pumping it into the market. But they know Bitcoin has a fixed 21 million tokens, and it's based on supply and demand. They now believe it could be $50,000 or even $100,000. Now, if you've watched my last videos on cryptocurrency, I absolutely believe we are going to see $100,000 Bitcoin. I also predict when that 20,000 or $100,000 Bitcoin hits, we're going to see a $20,000 Ethereum, perhaps a $1,000 Chainlink. Now, another awesome thing, I brought up Coinbase earlier, and this is something that is just, it's huge. It's huge. This is from Reuters. So another really awesome thing is seeing these mainstream news outlets reporting on cryptocurrency so much more often now. This is a game changer. So, crypto exchange Coinbase readies landmark stock market listing. Just think about that. A cryptocurrency exchange on the stock market. That is going to legitimize cryptocurrency on a level we haven't seen. Now, again, it's still early. You don't need to buy one whole Bitcoin if you want to go invest. This is the most common problem I see, is that you talk about Bitcoin and people are like, I don't have $10,000 to invest in a Bitcoin. You don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You could buy 0.001 Bitcoin and still have cryptocurrency. So it's not like stocks where you have to buy shares. You can buy fractions of the crypto. So look at it more like money than a stock. Because if it's money, I could take $1 and then I could take that dollar and have 100 cents. So I just broke that down and now you have just smaller money. So there's no better way to explain that. So you don't technically need to just buy dollars. You can get 15 cents of change if you'd like. So look at cryptocurrency in the exact same way. So Coinbase Inc. has started plans for a stock market listing that could come as early as this year, making it the first major US cryptocurrency exchange to go public, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. The listing would need the US Securities and Exchange Commission's blessing, which is the SEC. Were the watchdog to greenlight it, it would represent a landmark victory for cryptocurrency advocates vying for mainstream endorsement. Coinbase could pursue the listing later this year or early next year, sources said, cautioning that the plans are still subject to change. The company has not yet registered its intention to go public with the SEC, but has been in talks to hire investment banks and law firms, the sources added. The sources requested anonymity because the listing's preparations are confidential. So you could just imagine it was just some people from Coinbase's executive board that probably leaked this to some of their news homies. Just kind of how this game works. So even with that Chainlink fraud thing that I brought up earlier, was this somebody who worked at Chainlink, some angry, disgruntled former employee, or maybe this person wants to see Chainlink drop so that they can go in heavier? Maybe they're a competing cryptocurrency that does very similar things. Who knows? We can't tell right now. All we know is that Zeus Capital, the one that wrote this report, is not the real Zeus Capital. So the next thing that I was just talking about earlier, Google, Facebook, and Twitter face class action lawsuit for banning crypto ads. And I was bringing that up and then I just kind of deviated into something else real quick. But cryptocurrency businesses are taking Google, Facebook, and Twitter to court in a class action lawsuit that could cost the social media giant $300 billion. The plaintiffs say that their businesses have been hurt by Google, Facebook, and Twitter banning crypto ads on their platforms. Now, as I was mentioning, we're a hemp CBD company. We get blocked all the time. I have never, ever been able to do a uncensored ad campaign on any of these platforms that have been mentioned because it's always blocked. Maybe you could get 1 out of every 50 ads that you try in there. But even when they tell me things like, you can have educational content, and I'm like, okay, and then I post a spec or fact that's literally just scientific research, still gets blocked. So for me, I've kind of given up on this shit, but it's really nice to see a lot of companies coming together and just saying, no, fuck this. We're not going to take this because, one of the things that happens too is, for example, when ads are played on YouTube, you'll see some kind of fraudulent ad that's repping like, Ripple's CEO and saying, actually, this is a great segue into what's been happening recently with there was a Twitter hack. Now, this Twitter hack was big because what essentially happened, I don't know, who was it, like Elon Musk, there are a handful of other people. Let me see. Let's see. Let's get a little list of names here. But this is the funny thing is that Bitcoin was blamed for the Twitter hack. So nobody's blaming Twitter. Most people are just saying, "Oh, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that." It's not a Bitcoin problem that happened. It's a Twitter security problem that happened. So, to the people who sent cryptocurrency to people like Elon Musk, just don't do that. If you ever see something like that, don't do it. So this was wild. There were a lot of people that got hit from this. I'm gonna find just a list of names here. Let's see. Joe Biden, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Apple, and Uber were among some of them that got hit. So it is these huge platforms that say, "Hey, send us some Bitcoin. We'll send you more Bitcoin back." They didn't make that much money. I think they made over $100,000 or something, which is like nothing to hack all those accounts. It means like most people didn't buy into your shit. And the people who did, bless your soul, I hope you never do that again. Yeah, POTUS has elevated Twitter security as a matter of national security. So actually the reason that Donald Trump's account didn't get hit on this hack is because since he's the president, Twitter has granted an extra layer of security. So I guess the hackers couldn't get past that. And this essentially shows you got to be really safe with how you do your cryptocurrency. But again, like I was saying earlier, central banks get hacked too. There's money laundering that happens with central banks and dollars all the time, year after year. But nobody's talking about how some central bank like Chase or Bank of America is a fraud because somebody got in and money laundered some money through them. Like nobody ever talks about it like that. But God forbid, Bitcoin is used, or Monero. That's another big story that happened actually. Like, what was it? I'm gonna search this real quick. So Argentina's telecom falls victim to $7.5 million Monero ransomware attack. So if you don't know what Monero is, that's another cryptocurrency that I've been invested in for quite some time. And it's a privacy coin. It's like one of the ultimate privacy coins. So I would definitely recommend looking into Monero. It's a great coin. I'm very happy I got in it early. It has definitely dropped a bit, but who cares? Like again, right now we're dealing with flash sale era. So let's see. I actually this last week I decided to go a little heavier in a couple cryptocurrencies: Tezos, Stellar Lumens, Cardano, which is ADA. I've been in Cardano since 2017, I think. Cardano is great. I have a feeling that Cardano is going to get added into Coinbase. And if it does get added into Coinbase, that is going to be a game changer. It's at 12 cents right now. We had a 2.98% gain today. Let's look at the Cardano price. Yeah, so let's see. The all-time high on Cardano was $1.33. Man, that's wild. That's wild because when you buy in to these coins and stuff at such cheap prices, like 12 cents, you're like, well, even if it goes to $1.33, that's a huge increase in your investments. So 12 cents sounds good to me. Sounds like a safer bet than the stock market that's a centralized market and it's just being pumped by fake money. That's the beautiful thing about cryptocurrency. You can't really do these things because there are caps on the coins. So that right there should be the ultimate factor to make you understand that this is real supply and demand, and you can't just money print or go brrr and just print out a bunch of fake paper money and inflate the system. You can do that with dollars. You could do that with other government currencies. You can't do that with Bitcoin. You can't do that with a lot of other cryptocurrencies. So you just got to use your brain a little here and realize, should I put my money in Tesla stocks or should I put my money in Bitcoin? Well, I don't buy any stocks because I don't support centralized economic planning. And the stock market is a centralized place that's controlled by the government and the Federal Reserve, which is the government. It's Federal Reserve. It has nothing to do with being federal. And you should know that. The Federal Reserve is a private company that works with the government with little to no oversight at all. They don't even get audited. The Federal Reserve does not have to go through an audit. These are the people controlling the money supply of the United States. They do not have to go through an audit. That was one of the things we were working on when I was in politics. Audit the Fed, and then once the Fed gets audited, you'll realize it's a pretty damn good time to end it. Because once you see the shady shit they're doing with their money, I don't think anybody's going to support the Fed. That's why Audit the Fed was so hard to get passed. And, for all you Bernie bros out there, you should know he ain't the real deal, because at that exact time, when Ron Paul was working on this Audit the Fed thing in Congress, Bernie Sanders supported him and he pulled out last minute. Sketchy. So sketchy. And that just fucked us all. All that hard work we did with building these coalitions to audit the Fed, and then homeboy Bernie Sanders, who's a fucking fraud in himself, just pulled out. So if you're one of those Bernie bros, go look at his voting record. Dude's not as real as he says. So but I ain't going to talk about that right now. I don't want to talk about Bernie Sanders. But if you guys want a little test run at what a Bernie Sanders kind of America would look like, just take a look at America. And during the elections, the 2016 elections, I was actually regularly posting analysis on why Trump and Bernie Sanders are pretty much exactly the same. And now with Trump being president for the last few years, it is clear that this guy is not friendly to the market economy. So while he does a lot, like while you guys think that Donald Trump is this hardcore capitalist, he's a hardcore socialist too, and his policies absolutely show that. So right now, I'm just back on CoinMarketCap, and I told you a few coins that I bought last week and went in on even more. And I'm waiting right now to get more Ethereum, even though I buy Ethereum all the time. I predict there's going to be a $20,000 Ethereum. It's at $244.44 right now. There's a circulating supply of 111,856,546 Ethereum. So you see, supply and demand. You can't just artificially create more, or else it's not going to fall into what this stuff actually is. So this is interesting. We have Tether at third on CoinMarketCap. XRP is one of those coins that I've just been so back and forth on, but it's at 19 cents right now. I still invest in it because it's one of those coins where you've just heard so much back and forth that if it does go up, then that'll be cool. I can't imagine it's going to drop too much. It's an all right project, you know. I like it, but, you know, I'm not all in on it. So I would recommend looking into Ripple. Now, Tezos has been one of these big dogs that I am really liking because I think Tezos is going to go up with Chainlink. Tezos has just been kind of at a resistant point right now for a minute. However, the all-time high of Tezos is $12.19. It's at $3 right now, $3.01. So think about that. Cheers. Drinking this black coffee with Specker CBD drops in there. If you like drinking coffee and you get the jitters sometimes or like get kind of anxious when you're having too much coffee, that's why I actually made these unflavored drops so that I could start putting them in certain drinks, especially coffee. And if you know me from my last business venture, I did used to have a CBD infused coffee. It was CBD infused cold brew. It was great. So you can get this at specker.store. Actually, shout out to Dawn. Great coffee maker too. So hopefully we're actually going to be working together soon. BLK, excited. So another coin to watch out for. Now, a lot of people talk shit on Bitcoin Cash, but I'm not going to, because I know where Roger Ver and the Bitcoin Cash people are going with this. They're trying to retain the original philosophy of Bitcoin. And I feel you. Good shit. If it works, it works. That would be cool. If it doesn't, doesn't. I just got to show you here. The all-time high is $4,355.62. There's a circulating supply of 18.5 million Bitcoin Cash. Now, this is an interesting thing too. If you ever go on bitcoin.com, you should know that that's not owned by the actual Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin Cash. So that's important to know. There's a lot of confusion between the two, but bitcoin.com is Bitcoin Cash. So it's not like a Bitcoin Cash website, but they're the owners. So it's the same. So Bitcoin Cash, they claim we are Bitcoin. We are the original Bitcoin. All right. Good for you. I'm still investing. So we'll see if that works. Again, I really like the freedom-oriented lean of the Bitcoin Cash team. So based off of philosophical reasons, that's why I go into Bitcoin Cash. So, but that's funny I say that because I'm in every single cryptocurrency I'm in for philosophical reasons. So, you know. Just a quick reminder, if you do get on Coinbase, I recommend figuring out ways to start getting your cryptocurrency off Coinbase. It's the same thing as just keeping all your money in one bank account. It's just not smart. You could deal with issues that you just can't foresee. So be smart, diversify every asset that you have. And I was just talking today about, while I love cryptocurrency, I'm going to buy some more silver soon too. Because it's good to be invested in different kinds of assets, especially when we're dealing with arguably the greatest economic downturn of our time. This is putting the Great Depression to shame right now. So it would be smart to figure things out right now, remove the fear from your life, and lead with love, not with fear. Because if you lead with love, then you will see clearly. If you lead with fear, you're not going to see shit. And you're going to fall behind. If you're scared right now, if you're focusing on most of your days being involved with debating people about masks, shit like that, you're wasting your time. Get ahead so that those people that you're arguing with don't, like, they don't matter. Worry about yourself right now. This is the greatest downturn of our time. This is going to make the great, statistically speaking, this is already making the Great Depression look like child's play, and it hasn't even gotten started yet. We haven't even gone 1 year into this yet. So you need to figure out ways right now. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm telling you what I'm doing and my thought process. You can do whatever the fuck you want with your own life, but don't come to me in a year or two and say, oh my God, I should have done it. What do I do now? Tell me. Because that's already happening to me right now. I already have people constantly hitting me up talking about what should I do now? Well, maybe you shouldn't have talked shit to me for the last 12 years. But I kind of feel like if you don't see what's happening now, and if you're not preparing yourself right now, you're kind of fucked. So you still have time right now. I'm predicting we're going to see an altcoin bull run, and then it's going to be followed by Bitcoin. And I predict that'll be around the holidays and then into spring. Because when the holidays come, what that means is families are going to start being together again and people are going to be talking. If you remember when Bitcoin went to 20,000, when was that? It was around the holidays. Actually, let's look at that exact price right now and see when did Bitcoin hit that all-time high. I want to get the exact date on there. So here we could just see. Yeah, December 16th. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was around Christmas. And it was wild. And I realized, wow, it's because people are going with their families. People are talking. And that's when we see, like, we got, December from, it's crazy. From November 18th to December 16th. Oh my God. $7,777 to the all-time high here on Coinbase, which was $19,891.99. I do recall it hit 20,000 on some exchanges. Yeah, because here it says the all-time high is, so this chart just isn't going all the way up, but the all-time high here even shows $20,089. There's currently 18.4 million Bitcoin in the circulating supply, market cap of $173 billion. I mean, so if you see what I see, I'm like, okay, so November 26th, it was $9,400. This was 2017. So by that next month, it hit $20,000. Please think about this. Think about this. If you are scared right now, you have your money in shit like Roth IRAs, 401ks, these stupid investments, which I think is stupid. This is 2020. These centralized investments it's not the way anymore. Get ahead of the game. It's like, what I feel like when I'm explaining this stuff is I'm sitting in 1982 trying to explain that the internet is going to be the biggest thing in the world in 2015 and 2020. And unless you were listening and investing, you started seeing all these social media giants pop up and all these, and you're like, oh my God, one thing after, oh my God, oh, I should have gone, oh, I knew, but yeah, I just didn't. It's just all these stupid excuses then that's going to happen one after another. So let's actually see, what else do we have to, talked about a lot of news today. There's a lot of awesome things going on right now. So if I were personally to invest in cryptocurrency this week, I would go into Cardano. I'm going to wait for Chainlink to kind of drop down a little right now because we're seeing the correction happen now. Tezos, like I bought last week. Dash is another phenomenal coin. Love it. All-time high of $1,642. They're 9.6 million Dash in the circulating supply with a market cap of $692.1 million. This is the price right now, $72. $72. Now that's gone up actually. Let's see, the 1 week, yeah, we went down to $68. So you're already making some money off of this. Let's look at the 1 year and we'll see, it dropped into the 40s, even $35. Wow, $33 on March 12th. So this is important. Where Bitcoin goes, the market goes. When we saw Bitcoin drop into the 3,000s, I believe it was in March, we saw a lot of these other coins go down with them. Dash is one of those ones that now I'm like, all right, Dash, I like your price. I like your price. I bought Dash. I bought into Dash actually higher than this. So not at 1,642, but higher than this. So I've lost a little from my original investment in, I think, 2016 or 17. But if we get to that all-time high again and break that all-time high into, say, $2,000, $3,000, that's game changer. It's changing the game. And I like Dash too because it's a cryptocurrency with optional speed and privacy features. Its unique network architecture consists of both regular miners and privileged machines called masternodes. Now, the crazy thing about Dash is that it's a very easily accessible use for money. So I know some people who just, straight up use Dash for their money. It's not a bad idea. And, I'm hoping for a world soon where we're already getting there, but the world where, you just walk in with your phone and you can pay with different kinds of cryptocurrency. And you better bet your ass that the government is trying to make this happen with their currencies. And if you see this whole coin shortage bullshit that's happening right now, there's actually no coin shortage. You need to know that when the Federal Reserve or when you go to a store and they say there's a coin shortage, there's no actual coin shortage. There's a shortage of business. So the coins aren't going into the circulating supply right now. But you better bet your ass that the government is using this as an excuse to transition away from actual hard money to just digital dollars. Because then they can control every transaction. If I give you 50 cents, that is unregulated essentially. And you better bet your ass that the United States government wants their cut on everything. Not down, but when there's a criminal cabal that calls themselves government, you got to pay them or they'll fuck you up. And that is why with cryptocurrency and decentralized markets and a decentralized world, we plan that these systems, these antiquated systems that are violent and coercive, will have no place in a future happy, peaceful, loving, and balanced world that we are trying to transition into with these investments. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm saying I wholeheartedly believe that these technologies are going to change the world and make them a happier, more peaceful, and loving place. That's how I invest my money. That's why I make products like that too. I put my money where my mouth is because coffee is an awesome product, but kind of fucks you up. It's a drug. So if you can balance yourself out and be happy and healthy while you get fucked up on your coffee, then it'll be a better experience. And my goal is for the world to have a better user experience in all aspects of their lives. And what cryptocurrency does is it helps you have the best user experience in this whatever simulation, whatever this is. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. So that being said, please leave your comments in the comment section. Throw me a like on this video if you like this video. Follow me, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, hit that bell icon, and help me grow so we can get this information out to as many people as possible. I try to make this information as accessible and understandable as possible so that newbies and veterans in this space can both be down with this information that I'm sharing right now, because I've been in this space for a long time. I've kept very quiet about it most of the time. Actually, yeah, I was never even publicly talking about when I bought my first Bitcoin until this year, until a few months ago even. So now I'm out here, I'm all in, and I'm here to share with you how I'm making money. This is epic. I look at my account sometimes and I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, wow. And I don't typically pull money out, but if I ever need to, I can convert that into dollars. And then I can go buy some silver, some gold. And, those are other investments that maybe I'll talk about, but I don't have to explain to you what is silver and what is gold. You already know what that is, and you already understand the historical validity of these assets. But it's important to know, Bitcoin is the best performing asset in recent history, above gold and above oil. So put this into perspective for yourself. Ask yourself if you want to fall behind, or ask yourself if you want to move with the future. Ask yourself this: when cars were first invented, when electricity was first invented, were you still using a horse? Were you still using candles? Well, that seems kind of antiquated. Why would you use that when there are more efficient technologies out now? So it's going to hit 2030, it's going to hit 2040, and there are going to be a lot of people that who are going to be filthy fucking rich from cryptocurrency. I'm going to be one of those people. I know it right now. That's why I invest. Now, I don't trade or anything. I'm just investing. I invest and I hold. Like I said, if you do need to take your money out, you can. Anytime. That's why, platforms like Coinbase, while they have their problems, plenty of problems, Coinbase, you got plenty of problems. I also might not even be in the cryptocurrency space if it wasn't for Coinbase. So, it's not a perfect market yet, but what market is perfect? Like, you think the stock market is perfect? Look at it. It's like all the numbers right now are so artificially pumped. It's all bullshit. So, thank you for watching. I love you. Check out specker.store or speckercbd.com. Get a Coinbase account. Get on Binance. If you haven't started, these are great places to start. If you have started, I don't even need to tell you where to go. You probably know where already. And I will be making lots more crypto videos. Please leave your comments so I know what you want to see next time and hear. So I'll look into those things and I will report back with you. I love you all. Make sure to take some deep breaths today. Go outside, be with nature, tell yourself you love yourself, go look in the mirror, smile big. Even if you don't feel like it, it's a little hack to make yourself happy. I love y'all. I'll see you soon. Peace and love.